In the Indian motorcycling world, the word classic would probably ring one bell in your head, and that would be Classic 350. What if I told you that there is something else, there is something you are missing, and there is something you should consider? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rev Explorers. I am Abhinav Bhatnagar and this is the Imperiale 400 by Benelli. The Imperiale 400 is a classic motorcycle by Benelli and it does look classic, although it has all the modern features packed inside it. We would like to thank Benelli for providing us this bike for the review, and if you are in Pune, you can visit their dealership on Bane Road for best offers on Benelli products. Before we proceed ahead, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss out on content from Rev Explorers. And you can also follow us on our Instagram page. The handle will be right over here. We are also available on Facebook and Twitter. Now let's begin with the review of the Imperiale 400. I would like to start with the key because this is a very distinguished key like you get to see in the cars. So this is a Rampuri Chaku and you have the key over here. So this is a retro styled motorcycle and you get to see a round halogen headlight with a halogen pilot lamp, and then are the halogen turn indicators which are also round in shape, and with that is a 41mm telescopic fork and a 19-inch spoked wheel. It gets an MRF zapper mounted on it of the tire section 100 by 90, and this motorcycle gets a dual channel ABS and has a 300mm disc brake in the front with Benelli calipers. From the side as well, it carries that retro design. In fact, if you see it from a distance, it might look as a Royal Enfield, but there are many changes. So you get a 12-liter fuel tank, and this motorcycle gives you a fuel efficiency of somewhere around 35 kmpl, which is good enough considering that it gets a 374cc motor which churns out a maximum power of 21 PS at 6000 rpm and a peak torque of 29 Nm at 3500 rpm, which is really low, and this is a very torquey motor. The complete bike weighs 205 kgs, which is slightly heavy than the Royal Enfield and the Java, but then the motor is very refined and punchy, so I think it compensates for that. The ground clearance is 165mm, which is decent enough for a classic bike like this. With that, you have a split seat which is very well padded and is very comfortable for the rider as well as pillion. And for the rider, you do get spring loaded seat. So it is very bouncy and it is comfortable in its own style. With that, just like other classic motorcycles, you get dual shock absorbers, and then is a black matte finish side hung single barrel exhaust, and let's check out how it sounds. At the rear also is a MRF zapper tire of the section 130 by 80 mounted on an 18-inch spoked wheel. With that, you get a 240mm disc brake in the rear with Benelli calipers and an ABS sensor, because this is a dual channel ABS setup. At the tail end are round turn indicators with oval tail light, and everything is halogen over here. No need of LEDs because this is retro design. Now let's quickly hop on to the saddle. The saddle is very comfortable. It is very spongy and bouncy for a good comfortable ride. The saddle height is 780mm, so if you are above 5'5", you can easily ride this bike, and if you are above 5'2", then also you can ride it, but it will be a tiptoe. Now let's check out the instrument cluster. The instrument cluster is also retro looking, so you have two analog dials for the speedometer as well as your tachometer. Then you have small multiple digital screens, like over here you have the odometer and time, and in the center you have the digital fuel gauge with gear position indicator. On the tachometer you have all the indicators for the turn indicator, the engine malfunction, neutral, high beam, as well as ABS malfunction, battery, and so on. Now let's get to the handlebar, because on the right hand side you have the kill switch, the hazard light functionality, which is very good, and then you have the self start switch. Along with that, you do get adjustable brake lever. Although coming to the left hand side, you do not have an adjustable clutch lever, but that's okay. So you have the pass switch, then you have the headlight controls, the turn indicator controls, and the horn. Now before we take it on a ride, I should mention that these mirrors are good. They remind me of Enticer mirrors, although this rubber cladding restricts your view. So you have a big blind spot because of these mirrors. So it is good for the cities, but on the highways you have to be alert. Now it's time for us to take this motorcycle on the city roads of Pune and see how it performs. But before you go on a ride, don't forget to wear your helmet and follow all road safety rules. This classic roadster by Benelli carries royal comfort. I just love the riding ergonomics. The seat is very well padded for the rider as well as the pillion. The spring-loaded rider seat creates a bouncy cushiony effect. The wide raised handlebar helps in attaining a straight posture, making it comfortable for rides. The front set foot pegs makes it even more relaxing so that the ride can be enjoyed. All these aspects add up to provide the best riding experience. I just love the smoothness and refinement of this engine. It makes the Imperiale more close to the Triumph than its direct rivals. The power delivery is linear. It gets a good torquey motor, and this can do 120 km/h easily, which the competition can't. All this confidence comes from the engine refinement and power. The low end torque helps for easy pickups because this is a heavy motorcycle, but it isn't felt while riding it. When the throttle is pinned down, along with a quick response comes the increasing bassy sound with that thump, even in this BS6 Avatar, which makes you go even more quicker. The top end is flat, but the motorcycle pulls very well in the low and mid range. And even when at the top, there are no vibrations, helping maintain the ride quality. The Imperiale 400 gets a 5-speed gearbox and the gearing ratio is tall, making it easier in the cities by eliminating the hassle of frequent shifts. On the highway, you can just engage the 5th gear and easily cruise. Although I felt a need of heel shifter, which is missing on this motorcycle, because according to me, the heel shifter helps in maintaining comfortable posture, and due to the lag of long gear lever, the upshifts were hard and painful on this motorcycle. However, the clutch is on a lighter side and easy to operate. The brakes by Benelli are very good and precise. They offer a good amount of feedback, giving the confidence that despite of Imperiale being a heavy motorcycle, it could be easily controlled and can be brought to a halt in time. The front brakes are more crisp and precise as compared to the rear one, and the ABS kicks in the moment you pound hard on the brakes. So it is safe to say that it is slightly intruding. The softly sprung suspensions ensure that the riding quality is maintained even on rough patches or bad roads. The suspension makes it very comfortable, although the sharp potholes may still travel back, but the spring-loaded seat has a different feeling altogether. Even after being soft, the stability at high speed cannot be questioned. It is so stable and runs completely glued to the road, which adds great level of confidence in the rider. In fact, the tires also offer good grip. The price at which Benelli is offering this motorcycle is insane because it gets smoother engine, good build quality, and it still equates to the price tag of the competition. There are minor improvements and upgrades needed on this motorcycle, but as of today, it is a good pick compared to its Royal Enfield and Java equivalents. Our ride with the Imperiale 400 has come to an end, and if ever I buy a classic motorcycle, it will be this one because it is super refined. It does miss out on few functionalities like the Bluetooth connectivity, but then it is very refined and very punchy than its competition, which is a very good thing. So if you like this motorcycle, you can get it to at 1.89 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi, and this one is available in 3 colors and has no more variants. So just one variant with double disc dual channel ABS. I hope you did like this video. Do give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. You can also go ahead and check out our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Follow us there, like us there. We would love to have a chat with you. Still have any doubts or any queries in your mind? Leave it in the comment section below and we'll respond to you as soon as possible. Last but not the least, we'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, stay home, stay safe and ride safe. Bye bye.